thinks I am.
You've done so many parts and just adapted so many different characters from The Wire to Luther. I mean, it's an immense sort of catalogue of work you've built up now, taken in the last few
God, I
years.
feel old. Thanks, man.
But where do you start? Where do you start? Does the voice come first, or is it the physicality when you get Nelson?
Uh, I think it's about the aura, to be honest with you. You know, the voice and such I kept working on all the way through the film. You know, the physicality would change because I had 52 years of his life to play. But the one thing to really try and capture was his aura, his presence. You just can't, you either got it or you haven't. I'm not saying my presence is anything like his, but I had to figure out a way to capture it in interactions with other actors in scenes. You know, to feel his weight and presence was the one thing that was I started first on. And I did that by, honestly, I interviewed a bunch of people that met him. I interviewed them and asked them, what was it like before you met him? And what did you feel like after you met him? And that would really sort of help me sort of understand what was going on in the room when someone, you know, that electric feeling that people got. And that was where I started. And then the voice. The voice is characteristic, you know, it's so, people know it. Everyone can probably do an impression of him one way or another, but I wanted to keep his humanity within that voice and keep it familiar to the audience. I don't look nothing like him, so it's important.
But you, like you say, it's important just to convey it. A hard question to sum up very quick because I know I've only got a minute or so left. There's a lot of black issue films that are going to be featuring heavily in the Oscars this year. 12 Years a Slave, the Butler. I mean, is this great that black actors are represented in this way with these sort of films, that there's going to be a lot of them at the Oscars, or is there a reason why they're all sort of coming around now?
I tell you what I don't like, what I think is not great, is that they are black issue films. You know, that's not, what is it? It's a story is a story. This happens to be about a great man called Mandela who happens to be black. This is a story about a butler that worked in the White House. You know, these aren't black issues. These are people. And you know, I'm just suspecting that there is a little bit of a movement in the visor of Hollywood and just general film audiences. You know, let's see films that are just not about one race of our human race. You know, let's see films that represent everything. A story is a story is a story. You know, so.
Awesome answer. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thanks, brother.
I'll see you in a few hours with my
Cheers,
Aussie
pal.
accent on.
Thanks, man.